I'm Janine Gordon in for Felicia Bolton. We're updating breaking news. As many as a dozen people recovering after an accident on a ride at the Delta Fair this afternoon. And riders reportedly were fallen inside of the Moonraker, but fair officials are disputing what exactly happened in those critical seconds. We have team coverage tonight, starting with WMC Action News 5's Chris Luther at the Agri Center. Chris?
The lights on the Moonraker here behind me at the Delta Fair are on, but the ride isn't going anywhere after the operator accidentally released the safety belts early, sending 7 to the hospital, 5 of them children. Instead of a day of fun at the Delta Fair, these 2 high school friends went on a ride that left them terrified.
We were afraid and scared. I didn't come here to do that.
About a minute into the Moonraker ride, fair officials say the computer operating it sensed a fault, stopping the ride at the top, about 30 feet off the ground, which this picture taken before the incident shows.
We were all the way in the air and it was turned like this, and I was at the very top.
The company that owns the ride told me the operator started to lower the ride manually, but accidentally pressed a button to release the safety belts before everyone was back on the ground.
And then we're just hanging there, holding on, and then they started pushing buttons and it came down.
These girls and other witnesses said people suffered serious injuries, possibly broken bones. But the CEO of the Delta Fair says that's not what happened.
That's just crazy. That's just totally not true. No one fell from the ride. Everyone, once the ride stopped, everyone walked away from the ride.
The director of safety at the fair says this ride is inspected several times every day and passed those safety inspections. He says none of this would have happened if the operator hadn't pushed the wrong button.
This ride did what it was designed to do. It went into safety mode and brought it down. Unfortunately, human error happens.
No matter the cause, these girls say they'll never trust another fair ride again after what happened to them.
I'm really thankful. I'm only 13, so it would be hard for my parents and my family if they lost me today, but I guess it just wasn't my time.
The Moonraker will be closed until an independent investigator can come in and inspect the ride. They're also going to change out that manual override switch. The earliest that could happen is Tuesday. Live at the Delta Fair, Chris Luther, WMC Action News 5.
Well, as you saw, many of those riders were able to walk away unhurt, but others ended up in the emergency room. And WMC Action News 5's Justin Jaggers continues our team coverage with what one rider had to say from his hospital bed. Justin?
Well, Janine, I spoke with this fairgoer exclusively. He describes a pretty harrowing ordeal on that ride and much more dangerous situation than what fair officials claimed happened.
Yeah, some of my closest friends were on there. Scary. Scary.
Shane Mansue and his friends were looking forward to a fun weekend in Memphis, but after 3 short hours at the fair, he's thankful to be alive.
I don't know what to say. I mean, God was watching over me, and I'm glad for that. I'm really thankful for that.
Shane spoke with WMC Action News 5 about his experience on the Moonraker. He and his friend Cody Green told us that just 1 minute into the ride, it slowed down. After that, the safety harness released, causing him to fall forward into the safety rail.
When you're facing down in a seat and that safety hatch comes up, you're going to fall forward, but they had a railing around the middle, and that's what they hit was the railing.
After the ride operator managed to stop the ride and allow everyone to exit, his friend Cody Green worked to calm his friends down after they complained about injuries.
Their chest and their fingers, a bunch of the other injuries. I'm just happy that they're okay right now.
Thankfully, Shane and 4 of his friends suffered only minor injuries. He was released from Baptist East Saturday night and headed home to Savannah, Tennessee. Cody Green and his friends have no plans to return just yet.
No, not anytime soon. I mean, well, maybe probably next year we'll see what we're going to do, but on the other hand, not anytime right now.
Now, during that interview, Shane Mansue told me that he hopes that workers at the Delta Fair perform careful safety checks on those rides, and those in attendance take a close look at the rides before they get in line. Reporting live in the Breaking News Center, Justin Jaggers, WMC Action News 5.
WMC Action News 5's Chief Investigator Andy Wise has been looking into safety at the fair even before it started. We've learned Shelby County Code Enforcement does a visual inspection of fair rides before they open to the public. Inspectors tell us they didn't have to turn down any rides for failing inspection this season. But the fair did get off to a dangerous start. You may recall 2 workers were shocked while setting up the Ring of Fire ride. The ride knocked down a power line and 1 worker even needed surgery.